What's going on, guys? Waco from Revolution here at Watches and Wonders 2023 with the CEO of Oris, my buddy and friend of the Oris Bear, Rolf Studer. How are you, sir?
Hey, Way. Good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. And I have to say, he made the coolest gifts last year, which were these sweatshirts with the Oris Bear on it, which now became like a very covetable like collector's item as well. So that was awesome, dude.
Yeah, we have something nice today.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you will see it later.
Fantastic.
Related to one of the watches we're going to present. You will like
Okay, fantastic. I feel it might be green then.
it. It may be green.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go to this beautiful green watch. Tell us all about it, sir.
Yeah, that's one of the highlights of the show. This year for us, it's the Pro Pilot X Kermit edition. So we worked with the Muppets to make this watch. And well, you can tell from the dial that it is dedicated to Kermit.
Right.
And you see here in the date window, every first of the month, it's Kermit Day.
Oh, nice.
And Kermit tells us to look after ourselves,
Nice.
and to have some self-care.
Yes.
You know, at the end, it's a sustainable thing to do. You know, we are very much in sustainability.
Yeah.
And you need to look after yourself, to look after others,
Yes.
and you need to look after yourself to have a good life. And that's what we do on Kermit Day, and that's why we celebrate with this watch.
Well, I remember like during COVID, it seems so long ago, but I remember like everyone was looking for these symbols of optimism, right? And Kermit became one of these things. So it was always about Kermit being upbeat, being optimistic, being reflective as well. And there were all these hilarious memes with Kermit in it. So tell me about how the partnership came about.
Well, actually, you know, at Oris, we are about making people smile.
Right.
And the Muppets are the same.
Yeah, dude.
So it really is a shared philosophy. And Kermit is just a friend everyone would want to have, you know. Kermit says it's not easy being green, it's also not easy being independent, it's not easy being sustainable,
Right.
you know. So he just feels us, you know, and we thought it would be a nice fit. It makes everyone smile. As soon as someone looks at the watch, looks at this dial, it cheers you up, and yeah, that's the goal of that watch.
So did you actually do a lot of research to get the exact color of Kermit's Pantone?
Well, we had a range of dials.
Right.
We tried different things, and we had different ideas, and then we chose the most funky one, which was this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just pops.
Dude, I have to say this watch is phenomenal on the wrist, right? Titanium, like with this beautiful integrated bracelet with these very interesting links to it, and I love this buckle as well. This like, a lot of times you turn your watch over and you're like, where the hell is the clasp? Like, how do I open it? And I love the fact that it actually says engraved here, and we'll show you a close-up, lift, which is extremely self-explanatory. You lift it and you put it on. And from a size perspective, from an ergonomics perspective, it's just awesome, man. What grade titanium are you using for this?
That's grade 5.
So you could do a high polish version of this.
Well, yes.
Yeah, you can do like a
with some parts of it. Yeah, but at the moment we still like that look.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could do a blinged out disco version of this watch. Amazing.
Why not?
Okay, very nice. Okay, so let's go from the Pro Pilot Kermit to this watch over here, sir.
Yeah. So this is our new altimeter. You know, the altimeter has been in the Oris range for a number of years,
Right.
and we are the only brand that makes a mechanical altimeter in an automatic mechanical watch.
Right.
The altimeter always was a big watch because, well, there's a mechanical movement, and then there's also this barometer module in it that serves as the altimeter. But we made the movement slimmer, so the watch is now a little slimmer. But what is the most important change is that now that case
Yeah.
is of 3D printed carbon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
really cool.
We are the only ones in our industry who can who make a case out of carbon that is 3D printed.
That's fantastic. So tell me what doing it using 3D printing brings to the design process. You can do much more complex shapes then, or like what's the advantage?
We can really use carbon to its full extent.
Okay.
Because we can steer how the carbon fibers are positioned.
Oh, interesting. Right.
Yeah.
So in other watches, for example, it's either random because it's molded or injected carbon,
Yeah.
or you are using the layup of the weave of carbon. But here you can decide how you want it to be layered.
Exactly.
That's really
and
cool.
This way we can say that is where we need the strength of carbon.
Right.
And that way, and this is where we need a bit less of carbon to have it lighter. So yeah, this is really how carbon should be used.
Dude, that's really cool. And tell me, how does the mechanical altimeter work?
Well, actually, it's a barometer module, so it's the size of a coin.
Okay.
And it's a little box that's under vacuum.
Right.
And when you open the crown here at 4 o'clock, and you pull it out, then the air air pressure can get into the watch and influences that little box in vacuum. And then these slight changes in pressure will operate that hand that you have here.
So what height are we at now? Or what?
Now we are at 300 meters.
Above sea level.
Above sea level.
So Geneva is pretty high, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not set, right? It's
Okay.
because everyone operates it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It's very cool.
And basically you have a barometer, and then you need to calibrate it to where you are, for example, height of Geneva.
Ah,
and
okay.
Then going up and down, it will indicate the
The difference. Okay, so you zero it based on where you
Exactly.
are, and then like so, if you're going climbing or if you're going skiing, which I know you like to do, for example, it will show you the amount of altitude that you're climbing.
Absolutely.
As well. Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Or if you go up, I occasionally, because my friends like to torture me, make me go cycle up this freaking Col de la Fossée, so I could wear this and congratulate myself as I'm climbing very marginally and extremely slowly.
At least
right?
you would know what you have done, right?
Exactly. I will deserve a fondue for 4 people afterwards.
Exactly.
That's really cool, man. What's the size of the watch?
47 millimeters.
It feels good on the wrist though, despite the size. I guess it's because it's super light because of the carbon.
Yeah,
as
right.
well. And the
it
lugs
has
are nice
gotten
and
a
short.
little slimmer.
Yeah.
And also for people like you who like to cycle to high altitudes, we also have increased the range of the watch. So it now goes to 6,500 meters. So, you know?
That's fantastic.
There's still some goals to have, right?
I've discovered I really like hiking, and we like my girlfriend and I like to do these like hikes, like in Hawaii and so on like that. So that's a cool watch to have because you can see how much you've climbed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go from that to this stunning watch, or maybe we should even start with the back of this watch. So Rolf, tell me about this movement and tell me what it means to the evolution of your in-house movement strategy.
Well, actually, this watch, this movement really means a lot to me, and it is one of my favorite watches in the current collection because it really closes a circle for Oris.
It's beautiful.
You know, for decades we have done point-to-date, small second, hand-winding watches in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and now here with Caliber 400, which is our modern age in-house automatic movement basically. We bring back that very complication. Point to date, small second.
Beautiful.
And now hand wound with power reserve indication of the 5 days. So you see the 120 hours indicate on the case back. It's a complication I always wanted to have. I really love, I think it's one of the nicest things to do, to have that power reserve on the case back and have like 2 faces of the watch, right? And then that's pale blue. That's a powder blue of the dial, which is one of my favorite colors, and I just think it's great.
That's a phenomenal watch, dude. I love it. Bravo,
Thank
dude.
you.
Rolf, thank you very much, sir. It was an absolute pleasure.
Always good to see you.
Pleasure's mine, and I love your combination of cappuccino espresso. And I guess we haven't drank the water, but we can save the water for ourselves.
Well, you can also have a little, exactly. You can also have a little corretto, you know, a little.
I like the correcto. Yes. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Yeah. You want to have the snuff now, or you want to come back for a beer and have the snuff then?
Oh, let's do it in the afternoon. Maybe this will be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.